All right. Hello, everybody. It's Sheilah Inquisitive Tarot, and tonight my guest is David Tarot by the Bay. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you very much. Glad to be here. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. This is our first time meeting everybody, so so this will be great. And I have, of course, if you all have been here to visit my channel before, you know that when I bring in someone new, we have a little mini interview. It only happens the one time. And then the rest of the time we can come back, which is
carry on.
Do whatever we want to do. All right, so let's get to know David. All right. So your channel is Tarot by the Bay,
Yep.
David. And okay, let's see. So you read tarot cards on your channel, and you do political current events readings. But I was just wondering if you'd like to tell us about any spiritual gifts that you might have that you can tell us about, or
it's I was one of those kids growing up that was really interested in the occult. If you might remember the shows of the day, like In Search of, and other programs that of that ilk, and just absolutely fascinated with stuff like that. And as a little kid, I absolutely wanted to be a psychic because it'd be so cool to be able to predict the future. And it doesn't quite work like it does on TV, does it? But my spiritual journey started when I was about 19 years old. A coworker of mine was very into spiritual stuff, and she was the first person that brought me to a reading with this one woman named Rosemary, and she used to read coffee grounds as well as did tarot cards. And through those processes, met some intuitives that could read energy and things along those lines. And it was a lot of fun exploring that in my 20s. And then it just kind of the woman I was dating at the time really wasn't into it, so it kind of shut down, and I went back into the real world. Got married, had a couple of kids, and working and stuff like that. But I felt a reawakening happening at the end of 2014. I felt like there was this huge wave coming, this huge spiritual wave coming, and I felt it. And I thought it was going to start in 2015. So January 1st comes by in 2015. I'm expecting this tsunami, and I get a little ankle biter wave. It's like, that's it? Yeah. Again, naivety. It's been a pretty freaking big wave. It just wasn't a crashing wave. It's like a storm surge. It just raises 7 feet an hour, like this hurricane that was going through Florida.
Right.
I really turned to watching tarot readers and such once Trump got elected, just because he was causing me a lot of anxiety, and I just wanted to hear that he was going to be going away really, really soon.
Yeah.
And the message was, he's going away relatively soon, 4 years. And I didn't think he'd make it through his administration. Lord knows they tried to impeach and remove him twice. Yeah. But he made it through. I started visiting intuitives again. During that time, I got divorced and started dating somebody else who was much more open to the spirituality. And in the process of that, I was being reminded that I had a gift. And I actually took tarot reading classes from Lena Rodriguez from Tarot Down Under. And she was talking about a Saturn, I think it's a Saturn return. And she's like, about age 50, every 20 years, 29 years, whatever that is. It's like, you should start thinking about that and what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life.
Yes.
And no pressure. No pressure. You got about a year to figure it out. I had a reading with Linda G in the summer of 2022. And she was suggesting starting a YouTube channel. So I learned a little bit of tarot. I was playing around with it. It seemed to be working for me. So in December in 2022, I started my channel, put up 5 videos, and then did nothing for the rest of the month because it was kind of a hard holiday. I wasn't really into it this year. Mm-hmm. But when the new year started, I decided that I was going to give this a real honest effort this year and see what happened. And it's worked out remarkably well. I did not expect to be doing as well as I'm doing right now, to be really honest.
Yes, and you are. You pretty much answered all my questions all at once. So there you go. So, all right. Well, that's awesome. So all right. Well, I guess that really takes care
Sums it up.
Yes. So, all right. All right. So what we're going to do tonight, you guys, is we're going to be reading on some current events. And I know that it's kind of a weird day with the news, and because we do have the hurricane down in Florida and Georgia, and it's going up to, I think, North Carolina. So yeah, so I hope everybody out there is safe. I do see that Rose Blue is talking about her mom and dad in town are okay. Power's out. Oh, hope they're okay. So, all right. So hi, everyone. Welcome to everybody. So if you guys also have questions, feel free to pop them in there. We're reading on the current events and what's going on. So I have a few things. So today,
Of course he did.
Yeah, he inflated his net worth by as much as $2 billion in 1 year. Lawyers for the New York Attorney General's office alleged as part of their civil fraud lawsuit against the former president, and it went on to say, and his adult children, etc. So I don't know. Do you want to look at him?
You can look in that and see what this. Let's see, if he's inflating his net worth, it's because he's trying to get a loan, or he's trying to get on Forbes's, get the top 10 for the wealthiest people in the world. It couldn't be anything about taxes, because we all know that would be a negative. Yeah. $2.2 billion to save money on that. God, this guy's such a clown.
I know.
Now, why did Donald Trump inflate his net worth by $2.2 billion?
I think Jimmy Kimmel or someone had for him, and I'm going to wait until we're further into the video before I say it, because there's a bad word in it.
Does it sound like batshit crazy, something like that? Because that's the card that I get here. Is just that delusion. It's just more of the same delusion on him that, when it comes time for his net worth, he just makes up a number, and he's got a really good memory of what his number was the last time. And so all you got to do is just come up with a larger number, and it doesn't have to be in reality. So this is just telling me he's just, again, making up stuff. He's just pulling it out of the ether so that people pay attention to him. How different would this world be if this guy's parents gave him a freaking hug every once in a while when he was a little kid? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, so Knight of Cups. He's been insincere in the past with his net worth and his success, and we're just seeing more of the same. This is part of his ego trying to, I guess, with all the bad news. Was this a recent thing that he inflated that 2.2, or is this something in the past?
No, this is like, I don't know, 2015 or something.
Okay.
Way back there. I was reading the article.
Okay, so what that's doing is, it was a way to show how much better he was than everybody else. Because, like, let's say this was before him running for president in 2016. By inflating that, he can say what a successful businessman he is. He might be trying to leverage stuff with NBC. He's trying to impress people with how amazing he is. Again, it's like 3-year-old ego stuff, and it's your parents never calling you out on your BS. Overarching energy is, it's the typical Donald Trump thing, where it's always got to be bigger, better, and more impressive than the other guy.
Right. And,
my net worth was $10 billion last year. It's $12.2 billion this year. You have to have a $20 billion increase. And then, people who believe it, and they think he's awesome because he's a braggart. Mm-hmm. The lesson to be learned is the star. He does it because he doesn't love himself. And so he can't get that light, that happiness, that joy from inside. So he needs a constant showering of that adoration from the outside. It kind of replaces the love and light that he doesn't get from inside. He's not a happy person. And if you shower him with adulation, it gives him the illusion of happiness. And he was doing it to improve his political standing. This whole, and obviously the light's being shown on this at this point, but when he was running for president, the hot rumor was he really didn't intend to win. He was just trying to negotiate a better contract with NBC. And the winning was purely accidental. And, he looked shell-shocked when he won. He didn't know what to do with it. But then he decided, I can do this president thing. No problem. I'll fake it till I make it. And there'll be a whole lot of money to be made in between.
Yeah.
And this is what we get. Our democracy on the razor's edge of becoming an autocracy. The Republican Party is completely corrupted, and welcome to America.
I know, totally. Well, see, I've got the Page of Cups opening my reading up here. So he just basically thought, well, I've been doing this stuff for years and I can just get away with it. Maybe now it's a little bit of concern, but I wouldn't put too much on this right here because he still thinks that he can get away with it with the Knight of Pentacles. He thinks he can do this again and again and again. He's going to control it. He thinks he's going to get back in. Yeah, more money for me. But I don't know. The Wheel of Fortune's in here, and I feel like the timing for this isn't really good. Like, I know that he's going to end up paying a price for it. But in his mind, it's always winning. But he's still the clown, the fool right there. But he's still, and it's always about the money. And he's always just in his brain is just going to be like, I'm winning no matter what, no matter what. Because this is a success card also for me. So I don't know.
he is an absolute, if you don't believe in manifestation, he teaches a master's course in manifestation. Just believe whatever you want to believe and somehow it happens. It's amazing.
That's true. I've thought that too. I'm like, this guy can just go out. He just makes up whatever he wants. He says he can do it. And then, the people, the minions follow, help him do it. And it's just...
It's like reality bends to this guy. He really, that Seven of Cups signifier had truly is an example of it. It's like, I don't like this reality. I'm going to make up my own reality, and I'm going to live in that world.
Yeah.
You can do that?
Except the truth is catching up to him, for sure.
Exactly. That's the shortcoming of it, is that it's all well and good when you're in the little Trump bubble, but when you're in the court of law,
no,
not so good.
Much. So I saw this today, and you guys, we definitely need your questions today. We want to get in here, and if you have some questions, please pop them in all caps so that I can see them and star them. So we really, we need you today. There was just so much hurricane that I couldn't find anything. So, all right. I did find this, however. So you remember Peter Navarro? So he was like a lawyer for 45 in the White House.
Yeah.
So this is happening here is that for the January 6th committee, now this is his contempt of Congress trial. So they just found that he does not have executive privilege. It was never actually put in there. And plus, actually couldn't really because 45 wasn't the president anymore. So, yeah, sort of a problem. But so his case is going forward now. So I don't know. Do we want to look at energy around him?
Sure. Okay. And that's right, Rose. Exactly. He's the moron that went on like the Ari Melber show and was talking about the Green Bay sweep.
Oh yeah.
I swear to God, the arrogance of these people gets me really worked up. I remember watching that, and it's just like, you've got to be kidding me. And then Ari Melber's like, you just described a coup, right? Oh no, it's football play. Peter Navarro. Goes around, comes around, Peter. He's been trying to play this game like, I don't have to testify. I got executive privilege. Well, the wheel went full circle, and guess what? Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And now you're in trouble for playing that game. Falls into the playing that game, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Crossed with he was trying to keep information tight. He was either told to keep information to himself. I'm sure he did it on his own volition, because when you're going on a MSNBC and talking about orchestrating a coup, talking about it to Congress under oath is probably a really bad idea. What's underneath it? The Empress. We're going to find out about this. This is something that the U.S. is going to need to hear about, his involvement in it and who else was kind of involved with him in the past. Again, going out, misrepresenting things. Again, like his Green Bay sweep, a total misrepresentation of basically a coup. And other things that he wasn't truthful about, and he's a false friend. Current situation, I'm going to reverse this one. This isn't a victory for him. This is a loss for him, and it's going to be the first in several losses in this court case, because he's not on the right side of the law. He's not on the right side of history. He's not been telling the truth. And when you're in the court of law, truth is your friend, and it's not the friend of this guy. Now he's evaluating his situation. Oh crap, now I've got this charge. Is it a big deal? Are there worse things? I think the thing with Peter Navarro is this case with Congress is like the one pentacle, but the big one's over here that he's got his eye on, and I'm sure that's election interference and January 6th stuff with Jack Smith. Involved with trying to steal the election, he was instrumental in the coup. One of the things he's really worried about is that coup attempt and trying to get away with it. Outcome, his fate is tied to Trump's. His fate is totally tied to Trump's. And one of the things that I've often said, which I mentioned earlier, the truth is not Donald Trump's friend. And in the court of law, the truth is your friend. So he's tied to Donald. The truth is going to come out, and the truth is not his friend. He is in trouble.
Yeah, I kind of have something similar, but with him, he thought he could also get away with it with the Ace of Wands. But I do have the Lovers reversed this time, so it doesn't feel like he's feeling as good about the Donald, and he's a little worried about it at the moment with the Nine of Swords. I do have him feeling like they're going to circle the wagons, though. Again, like he feels like it's like he feels that 45 is going to be able to get in, but they're going to need to unseat Biden over here. I feel this King of Cups is Biden. So my clarifiers, I have got the Chariot going forward. So this case is now going to be moving along. This is the opportunity that the government has to get him. And I do have the light also being shown on it with the Hermit. So
that's a great card.
It's a worried. But yeah, it's just the feeling that they kind of still think that there's some kind of hope for it. But I don't know.
Yeah, between the Ten of Cups and that Three of Wands, it's like he's waiting for his ship to come in, waiting for his hero to come in and rescue him, and he thinks it's going to be the Republicans. Basically, his entire hope is that the GOP wins both houses in the presidency. That will make this go away.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible. All right, you guys need your questions out there. So help us with this today. All right, so Pisces Paul is asking, will Mitch McConnell have to quit soon for his health? He was frozen again for over 30 seconds. Yeah, I saw that.
I did too. It's freaky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here's the irony thing of it. When the first time it happened, they were asking him about bipartisanship. Mm-hmm. And then it's like his brain went. And then this last time, it was asking about him running for re-election in 2026. So it's kind of like, I'm just kind of keeping mental notes of what's happening when he has his, it's almost like spirit turning off his brain for half a minute just to let everybody see it and then turning it back on again. I just did this reading. I threw it up about an hour and a half before this started, but I'll throw more cards on it. They've got to let this guy retire. I don't think he wants to, though. I keep getting the Eight of Swords with him. It's like he feels like he has to stay there, probably because everything he's built up is right on the edge of a cliff because if the MAGA crowd take over the GOP, they'll undo all his cleverly crafted plans.
Yeah.
And he's trying to prevent the GOP from falling into MAGA's lap here. But let's see. Will he quit soon for his health? I hope so. I really do hope so. They have to find a messenger for him to get him to do that. Well, the truth is out about it. It's all in front of us to see. Within the last month, it's happened twice. And I think there are probably rumors that it was going on with him before, but now it's out there for everybody to see. And it's got to be, it's obvious to him too what's going on. And so the hermit's illuminating the problem, and the problem is his position with the government. It's a huge burden on him. And when you're having what looks like mini strokes, all the stress of that job is just going to make it worse on himself. He really, for his own benefit, he needs to retire. I mean, he's 80-something years old. He's got kids. He's got grandkids. Just hang it up. You've had an incredible political career. I don't agree with his politics. I respect the man and all the service he's done to this country. I don't like what he's done to this country. But for God's sake, dude, just go enjoy your kids and enjoy whatever the rest of your life you have. He looks frail, too. In the past, Queen of Cups, they've known he's had these health issues. They've kept the lid on it, but it's been exposed for everybody to see. Here's that woman that caught him. She's been watching him like a hawk ever since he started having these issues. I think it was the same woman that was in the Capitol building that was with him in Kentucky. There was a woman that steps up really quickly and asks him if he's okay, and then tries to deflect the questions to make it seem like he's not having a medical event in front of everybody that everybody's witnessing, that he's just can't hear the question, or he's just pausing considering an answer. But the problem is, he's addicted, not addicted to his power, but he's got control and he doesn't want to let it go. And he's got Trump on his mind and MAGA. Think of this as MAGA on his mind. And he's trying to prevent the Republican Party from slipping in there. But it's also his own addiction to that power. He doesn't want to let go of the reins of power. It's too addictive. A decision needs to be made really quickly on him, because if it doesn't, especially with all the stress he's underneath, this dude is going to stroke out and he's really going to be debilitated by it. Yeah. Outcome, 5 of coins. Is he going to do it? He might be. It's hard to say. Who is being asked to leave here? This is being left out in the cold from the big government. He might be asked to leave or forced out. Maybe there's a doctor says you can't do this anymore. I think they might try to figure out a way to get him out. In a previous reading, what I really think they need to do is they need to find a messenger for him that can talk sense to him. I don't know who that's going to be, but I think he's going to be out against his better judgment and his will.
Yeah, and it's becoming more prevalent now to everyone because it's happened twice already. So also, thank you to the 60 people watching right now. Thank you very much. And I just want to say, and I want to thank, I know Coyote just subscribed to you, but in case you are not subscribed to David's channel, it's in the description. So please get over there and subscribe. And if you don't mind, please subscribe here. Thank you very much. All right, now on to mine. Okay. A little bit of a mini commercial. Okay, sorry. All right, so I have the 4 of Cups on mine. So for Mitch, like they're talking to him about it, but he's not really interested. He's not listening. Yeah. He does still feel like he's got to work on something with the 3 of Pentacles. He still feels like, well, I need to hold it all together here with the 9 of Wands. He's like, I'm the one who can do it. Again, with the timing with the Wheel of Fortune, I mean, he could do it now. He can go whenever he wants to, but I don't know, for some reason, I feel like he thinks that if he goes, something's going to happen. But personally, the man needs to, go and spend some time for himself here with the Hermit. I've got the Hermit. Yeah. It's making me feel like he needs to pull back. I think financially, I think he's fine. He could do it, but he still wants to hold on with the Fool. And then below, at the bottom, I also have this one. So he's just kind
Um,
of like not. I mean, possibilities there that he may go, but I mean, it is getting to be ridiculous. And on MSNBC today, they were talking about that. I think it was MSNBC or was it CNN? Okay, either way, but they were talking about it, about how there's so many of them that are working that, now's kind of the time. So I don't know. And Democrats and Republicans. So we do anyway.
I have a lot of I have a lot. MK was just starting a comment about it. I have a lot of compassion for the man. Again, it's the same problem that Dianne Feinstein's in. I don't think Mitch McConnell's on any committees or anything like that as the head of the minority party in the Senate. But like Dianne Feinstein can't retire because they won't replace her, and then the Dems lose political clout, and it's not fair. These guys shouldn't have to die in office trying to keep the country from going extreme one direction or another. It's a problem.
And what they were talking about too was that there's like a minimum age to be able to hold some of these offices. Well, I mean, I guess no one ever thought because they want to stay on forever, but maybe there's an age where they should not be able to be there. So it's like, I think, it was CNN. I remember now because it was Jake Tapper talking. He was talking. He said, well, if my father, did something or, was this happened to him, we'd probably be taking the car keys, So I don't know. And they were talking about Dianne Feinstein and the others as well. So, what deck am I using? Oh, this one is the Groovy Weight. This is the Groovy Weight, and this is by Tarot Collectibles. So
It is a fun-looking deck. I was just wondering, those are cool.
Well, I collect tarot decks too because I started off with this one, but I'm like, okay. Yep. And then
the standard.
I started finding out about other ones. Like I have this new Owl tarot deck and the Groovy, and I love this one. You might see this one shortly. But
it almost looks like a Minecraft deck.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. But yeah, just because of like a little different stuff. So, all right. Hey, Jeff Bailey. All right, everybody. So, do you guys have any questions out there for us? Or do you have anything you want to cover? Because I don't think I'm. We did have.
Certainly. Let's see.
Oh, I don't know.
Head of CPAC, Matt Schlapp, accused
of sexual advance.
Okay. I mean, no more. Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
All right, good to see. Question. Hi, Alicia. And yes, for entertainment purposes only. Thank you, thankful. So there's my little sign.
Matt Schlapp.
Yeah, let's look at
that. Sounds like one of those made-up names.
I know.
When Joey Blowy and Matt Schlapp went walking down the street. Okay, sexual advance on melee. Now 2 more. What are the curtsies out? Okay, what's going to happen with Mr. Schlapp with regards to that?
Yes, let me address something here. Bobby Strickland, if you go to the beginning of our video, we do have the answer to that question. Yes.
Short, the quick answer on that, Bobby, I studied under Lena Rodriguez from Tarot Down Under, and then I took some other classes from Johnny from Tarot's Apprentice. And I started in February 2020.
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's see. Matt Schlapp, what do you got going on, my friend? You got these court cases going on, Spirit. What's going to happen with Matt Schlapp? We've got young men and money. Somebody's going to be paying for what they're doing, and they might be paying a lot of money. I don't think it's going to be a criminal trial. This is going to be a civil trial. They're going to bring them up on civil things, and there's going to be money going to these young men, and it could be a lot of money. Temperance. This is a behavior that he's been doing for a while, so much so that he's actually comfortable with it. It's not, he doesn't do it and is get adrenaline going. It's something he's been doing for a while. He probably grooms them a little bit too. So he takes his time, gets to know them. He likes the young boys, I'm guessing. I got 2 pages so far in here. It's kind of like he was just grooming them. 3 pages. Good Lord. Okay. He was he may have been doing his grooming, but he may have gotten sloppy, and now he's paying the price because he started fooling around. Somebody rose a stink about it, and then 2 more guys jumped on it. And now he's in trouble. He's in trouble because you've got 3 people. They're going to be able to corroborate their stories. And this is, it used to be that if you did stuff like this, you lost your political job. It doesn't seem to be the thing anymore, at least with some people. But I think this is going to cost him. It's going to cost him his job. It's going to cost him his job, and he's going to lose this court case. He might try and settle it out of court. His best bet is to settle it out of court. It's just a matter of, is he going to offer him enough money for them to go away?
Yeah.
Good God, 3 pages.
I know.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I get the 4 swords, and I love this one. Actually shows up with the head, but
oh my!
No, but I mean, it just feels like he just wants it to go away. I don't really know who matched up, so he's really. But I've got the 7 of Pentacles here, so I guess like you were talking about, he's kind of been working on this kind of thing for a little while. 2 of Cups, he's trying to make it be like, I'm friendly. I'm just going to go with that. Queen of Swords. The truth is coming out. We're going to be getting to that. I think the 10 of Wands too, because it is now becoming a major situation for him. With the 5 of Pentacles, it looks like he's going to be going out. Ace of Cups. We're getting some new beginnings here. Like the truth. I feel like the truth. There's going to be a lot of truth like coming forward, like the waters overflowing. I don't know. A lot of motion behind it as well. And the 8 of Pentacles. So there's really working hard at putting this case together. So look
at that picture though on that 8 of Pentacles. It's like, the guy's
you're right.
doing he's got the model in the back. Is she even wearing clothes? Is she naked?
No, I don't think she's got anything on, but he's not even drawing her. He's drawing pentacles.
Ah, jeez.
Like he's not even interested in what's that.
Exactly. It's more like a power trip than an actual interest.
Yes.
Oh, dear God.
Oh yes.
That was a cool deck. Are those like movie posters or inspirational posters from back in the day?
This is the Pulp Tarot. This is one I like to use for current events. I know, me and my cards. It's like
No, that was really cool. I was half open out the. I want to see that one. Oh, what's that one? That was cool.
Well, it's like Wayne Rich said here. Sheilah isn't just a collector. She has a condition. So I have like over 300 tarot decks and like 30 something oracles. I'm more of a tarot here. But yeah, whenever we do moving, I like to use this one. Moving questions.
Monopoly.
Like, yeah. All right. Thank you, Wayne Rich. All right. I'm going to take that off. Let's get back to the questions. All right. So, all right. So, Alicia Bell is asking, does Donald need to worry about loans coming due to foreign nations and his inability to repay them? Loans cause danger to his life? Ooh, that's an interesting question. He doesn't have any money. Not really. Just makes it up as he goes.
I think about this one actually quite a bit because I think of all the grifting that he's done, and then I think, well, I guess he'll be able to make those loan payments. But I know he's had a lot of balloon payments, and they're hundreds of millions of dollars too. And they were coming due, and you don't hear anything about that. So I guess between his NFTs and his Donald Trump mugshot coffee mugs and Lord else, guys. Okay, tell me about loans coming due. Okay,
yeah, it's crazy.
Tell me about Donald Trump's loans coming due. Well, they're definitely coming due, and they're coming due from all around the world. What's going to cross it? He's staying ahead of it. He's managed to stay ahead of it so far. Why is that? Because he's grifting. He's a star with his between his grifting of his base of his supporters and other things that he's doing to create money or grift money. It's also be selling secrets too, right? Or paying off debts by trading secrets for it. He's been staying on top of it. This is in the past where he was at he had to go to them for money, and they kind of owned him. It's kind of a naive deal on his part. It's like trying to cheat a loan shark. And now, again, he's always evaluating his money situation. Part of it is due to those loans, but I think a lot of it's due to the fact that he just likes money. But he is keeping an eye on the loans that are coming due and making sure that he's got enough money to pay those things off. The problem is that he's got a bunch of court cases coming in that's siphoning off that money. So he has to keep an eye out on that one. He's also looking for opportunities. He's always looking for opportunities to get more money, and he's kind of keeping an eye on what's coming down the pike as far as creditors coming in from out of our country. He's under a lot of stress, though, right now. He is raising a lot of money, and he's raising up a lot of people's passions. But, again, his legal cases are taking a huge chunk of his money supply, and if he's not careful, he's going to run out of oomph staying on top of the of his debtors, his creditors coming for him. Out comes the Page of Cups. I think his cup hath runneth over, and he's gonna lose his ability to get that money, and he's going to be offering them things that they don't like. It's not really a Four of Cups, but it's like, here's a cup with a fish. Can that count as my payment for the next one? He's gonna have for the short term, he's okay. Mm-hmm. But I think as we get into next year, and again, all these court cases are really ramping up, he's going to be hemorrhaging cash, and he may not be able to fundraise enough to stay ahead of his bills. That's what I think is going to happen with that.
Right. Okay, so mine's all right. I'm going to use the old school tarot in case people are wondering. Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands here. So he's always like, well, no matter what, I'm always going to win. It's just like he's just thinking that. And he's the look at the face. This, oh God, I can't think of the word now. It's left me. It starts with the A. The A word. Well, anyway, he's just like, I am in charge. I've got it. Insolent. That's the word I'm trying to. It's actually an I word, not an A word. Insolent. So, with the judgment. So also, they are going to be coming in for their loans. They're looking for the money back. But he's going, look, I'm too busy. I'm running for president. Look at me. Look at me. With the Sun card, but everybody sees what's going on with him. Also with this, he wants to hide from it pretty much with the Hermit. He doesn't want everyone to see what's going on, and it's just part of like the whole major grift where even he lies about how much money he has. He's got all the other properties and of course all that stuff, but I can't pick things up. I've got the Eight of Pentacles here, so he's working hard at trying to get more money. Like you're talking about, we do have the NFTs out there. We do have the mugshot stuff. We do have him trying to make money to pay for these court cases, which he doesn't really have any, although he did just earn 7.5. Yeah, but it's like a loss for him. He is still losing. He's not really getting in that much money. It's not to cover all this stuff. I don't think it's enough. The Knight of Wands. Oh, he's just going to keep on. I don't know. I think he is worried, but mostly it's the insolence that we see. It just continues. It's just going to be like, I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway.
It's like I think the A word you're also looking for is arrogance.
Yes.
When I look at that card and listening to you, it's that, the banks don't own me. I own the banks. If they want their money, they can wait because they'll get their money, and in some ways, I think the banks are running scared because they're not going to get their dollars for dollars. It's going to be pennies on the dollars. How many pennies can you get from this guy? Can you get 10 cents on the dollar? You're only going to get 3 cents on the dollar type of thing. Yeah.
But he just lies about everything anyway. Yeah. So it's like anything he says is never true. So, all right. We've got a few more questions in here. Oh my gosh, 85 watching. Hi, everybody. Yes, and most of them are on your channel. But come over here and say hi too. Okay.
Exactly. And check out Sheilah's channel.
Yeah.
And show her the love.
Yeah. All right. So Elizabeth Hunsley is asking also, she always wondered about Lindsey Graham. Was his election rigged? I don't think so.
That's not the impression I get with Lindsey. I think he's popular enough. Although, God, after having Trump over for a rally 15 minutes from his hometown and getting booed mercilessly by all the MAGAs that showed up there, that poor guy. Then Trump gives him a backhanded compliment. Yeah, when you need him to get the liberal votes, he shows up. Dang.
I don't know. I don't know. Or did you read on it? Let's move on to something. Oh, you did read on it.
I'm gonna throw on that one real quick. Was Lindsey's election rigged? I'll do a four-parter. It's a winner takes all type of thing. Possibly. Let's see what's underneath it. Lots of money. Trapped. Queen of Swords. Was it rigged? You know what? I wouldn't doubt if there were some shenanigans going in. I think what it was is that he knew he had to win, and he's kind of in deep trouble if he doesn't win. So you throw a bit of money, grease some palms over there, and I mean, I want to say no, but I can't say no on this one. It's hard for me when I start cramping up, like my brain's cramping up like this. It's because I'm now required to think a way that I don't normally think. And it's like, how does one rig the election? How does one use bribery to get like votes tossed out or something along those lines? Or, you get a court case or something along those lines. I think there were some shenanigans. It wasn't big time shenanigans. It was enough to get him over the finish line. That's where I'll go with that. Entertainment purposes only.
Yes. Well, I did the pendulum, and I gotta know. So
Okay.
I'm going to leave it at that.
So. I'm okay with that, because it could very well be that this could just be he knows he needs to win at all costs because they're holding him hostage, and if he's not in the Senate protecting Trump, then Trump just might reveal whatever shenanigans that Lindsey has going on in the background that he's terrified if we're going to find out. Oh, yeah.
Well, we got a question from Thankful, and she'd like to know, will Mrs. Ruby and Shay get their money from Giuliani? I don't think he even has any money.
Well, it was funny. It was pointed out in the case about how he had flown on a private jet down to Georgia and his $6.5 million co-op condos up for sale. His apartments up for sale.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. He's got his apartment up for sale, and he's like, and I did notice that too. When the plane arrived, I was like, "Ooh, that doesn't look like a Delta flight. What's that about?" When he says he has no money, and he just went down and begged Trump for money. And oh no,
did he get money? He got money from Trump too, didn't he?
Well, Trump owes him money, and he won't pay him.
Yeah, I think the article I was reading said that he got money from Trump, or that he finally got money from Trump.
Oh, what he got was some kind of fundraiser.
Okay.
It's like 45 won't pay anybody.
Let's see. Will they get their money from Giuliani? Come on down. Let's take a look. Will they get their money from Giuliani? The court's going to say that they get money. They're going to get quite a bit of money, but they're going to have to fight for it. They're going to have to fight for it. Why are they fighting for it? Because the money's not there, or the judgment's against him, and he won't pay. He's gonna. I think Giuliani is going to continue saying he doesn't have the money, or the money he does have is funny money. It's fake. There's the agreement. This is Giuliani basically saying, "Yeah, I defamed you," and the judge saying, "Okay, well, you defamed him. Judgment's coming. There's your judgment right there, ruling for the two ladies." The jury decides on the damage. I think it's a jury trial, but the damages are decided, what the payment's going to be, and they're going to be happy with it, and Giuliani's going to be upset, and he's going to drink even more heavily because of that. He's got money that's hidden. He's hiding it. He's hiding his money, and he's going to say he doesn't have any money, but the thing is, he's hiding it. So they're going to have to fight to get that money from him. Somehow they're going to, they have to have somebody look to find where he's hiding cash. That's not where I expected this going, but that's what I'm getting from it. Because he's a dirtbag, just like all of them.
Oh, I know they are.
Right. Ooh. The other thing on that one, sorry, just the moon card. It just reminded me, I think it was Judge Beryl Howell is looking over this case, and she made a comment about, well, it sounds like he's more concerned about what will be found in discovery than would be for giving up the money. So that could be hiding money, but that could be explaining why he didn't want to go through this, because there's something in discovery that's way worse than just defaming these two women. Sorry, carry on.
Oh yeah, totally. Well, I've got the Wheel of Fortune, so this was great luck for them. What happened today? So he's basically, because he did screw up that discovery thing. He wouldn't give them anything or whatever he's complaining about. But gain is for them, and this, of course, is the Nine of Pentacles. So there is some money out there, obviously, because he can pay for private jets or something. But he's still trying to be the rock star, or to be around 45. That's what I'm getting. I feel like it's the Knight of Wands, but in this one, it's making me feel like he still needs to be within 45's around him, so he can do it. But there's strife here. There's trouble. So he doesn't really want to deal with any of this. He's upset because he's got all these other cases. He just got indicted in Georgia. But he thinks he can be the game master here, and they can kind of direct stuff, and this is actually the Knight of Swords. But in this deck, it's the game master. So it's just like he's playing a game, just like what you were talking about. I like that because this was out. But then I kind of pulled, I do this sometimes. It's like I have my cards over here. I just started pulling out from the middle of the deck 3 cards for clarifiers. And I got the 4 of Pentacles for power. It's all about power still. Like he still thinks that he's totally, I think, all in on this whole, the stuff that, the lie, the big lie. He's like on it. He wants to be part of the power. But I see for him the 10 of Wands, oppression. And I love this one because this card has got, there's handcuffs, kind of in the jail. So he's actually going to be headed down another track soon. But I think, he might have something, because with this High Priestess, I kind of see her in the bath. You see her in the bathtub and everything. Feels like there is going to be something good that they are going to receive from him. But it's just there's all this other stuff going on. I don't know how, I'm not sure how that works with how they get paid out. I'm sure he's got to give them some money. There's going to be some kind of settlement. But
it'll be nice if he completes his his apartment sale right around the time that they get their settlement. It's like, oh, you got the money right there. Let's go ahead and sequester that for them right now, so you don't accidentally lose it.
Exactly. I like that.
I like that too. Where's the Wheel of Fortune card for that one?
I know. So, all right, let's see. We've got a couple other questions. Okay. So Steve Watts is asking, will Prigozhin's wife take revenge for his assassination by trying to do the same to Putin? Umar. Very delinquent in paying the... Yes, that's right, Wiki. I need a sip of water.
Well, I heard that his troops had some type of pact or agreement that if something happened to him, that they would mobilize, and I'm hearing rumors that's happening, but I don't have any good news sources that I've really dug down in to see if that's really happening or not, or if that's wishful thinking.
I was wondering about that myself, because I thought about that, and I'm like, well, they're all hanging around down in Belarus now, but right. What are they doing? Are they really going to be? Are they going to be absorbed into Belarus? Are there a few of them who are close to him? Are they going to go and do something? But I don't know. It seems cool.
What will Prigozhin's wife do with regards to Putin? Planning.
there's planning. Whether she is gonna, let's see. There's planning. Plans about to be implemented. Everything's kind of in place. We're waiting for the Four of Wands. And a victory. I would say that this woman's not real happy with Mr. Putin right now, and I think there's a plan in place to unseat him. And she's it's in Russia or her that's underneath it. Keeping a lid. Okay, so I seem to recall that Putin raided Prigozhin's mansion and was showing off all this stuff that he had and confiscated a bunch of stuff. So trying to hold on to their wealth, probably also on information of what's going on here. More money. I suspect. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles is also known as the Mercenary Knight, and Prigozhin led a bunch of mercenaries. So we've got this victory, this planning going on a victory. It's going to involve the mercenaries here. High Priestess, she's involved with it. Maybe she's really politically savvy. I don't know anything about his wife, but I'm going to assume the High Priestess is his wife and direction she's giving. There's an 8 of Cups here. Now, is this Putin going away, or is this plan just not going to come to fruition? I think it's going to be figuring out a way to get Putin out of power. Okay. And Judgment. I don't think they're going to take him to court. I think it's going to be through the court of public opinion that they're going to go after him. So Mickey was asking, is she going to take revenge? I wouldn't bet against it. I don't know who this woman is, but I wouldn't bet against it at this point. It seems like there's already a plan in place that's maybe moving along.
Yeah, because I have I don't know anything about her either. But what I've got the 8 of Wands over here. So I mean, there's a lot of people on the Wagner group are very upset, and I think some of them might talk to her. They might know her. The higher up guys, they might be speaking with her. But of course, he wasn't such a great guy either. Kind of and neither is Putin. But I don't know. They're talking. There might be some discussion about how to pay for it or who's going to take him out. I do have still illusion delusion here with the 7 of Cups. It just feels like there's a lot of choices. There's a lot of things that are being discussed, and they might be looking at how to get to him. So there's something going forward with the Chariot. It feels like there's kind of putting a plan in action, the direction that they want to take. So my clarifiers are the 4 of Wands. So it sort of feels like there's something coming together. I don't know or you could look at this. Now I'm actually I'm thinking about the Kremlin or something, maybe looking at the Kremlin, and they're weighing their options here with the 2 of Wands. And for Putin, I get the Tower. So it feels like something's coming, but we don't know what. He thinks he's consolidated his power right now, but I don't know. It does feel like there's something else going to happen up there. I just don't know what, that kind of thing. So, all right. Well, we're got another, I think we're only maybe just an hour tonight because it's almost 9 for me. But let's see.
I wouldn't doubt if Russia rose up, it would be easy to take down Putin.
Wait, let me see. I'm looking for a question. Oh, will the women rise up? Oh, if only.
If they're even half as hard as the Ukrainian women. Good Lord.
I know.
What happened with the GOP now that Mitch?
Slava Ukraine, man. All right. What will happen with GOP? Yeah. If Mitch, now that Mitch will be out of the picture. Well, he's not out yet, but we have to see.
Right.
Sorry. You had to.
Mitch is happening.
Let me look. I may have missed a few questions, you guys. Sorry. I don't see it. Lori.
Or is she offering? Lori, are you offering a question, or did you already post one up?
Yeah, she says I gave a question, but I don't see it.
It could be that it's a typo and that she meant to put have. I have a question because G and H are right next to each other.
Oh, you're right. It could be. Well, you can ask it. Oh, that's
Spell check. and spell check's not going to catch that because that's a word.
yes. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right, so let's see what will happen. Let's say he's not out of the picture yet, but let's see what will happen. If he's out of the picture.
Let's see what'll happen.
Mitch is out. They're going to come into agreement with somebody new. Here's Mitch leaving. Mitch will come to an agreement with them, and then Mitch will go. And I think Mitch may be able to name his successor, or not. No, he doesn't want to leave. He does not want to leave. This is just it's like I didn't get everything done that I wanted to get done. I wanted to be Senate majority leader one more time because I had a couple more things I needed to get done here. And if he leaves, then the 5 things that he had done, the Democrats or MAGA are going to knock over a bunch of his key pillars. But he's got 2 left. So we see a couple of 2. His legacy is going to be there. He's got a legacy that he's got. It's time to spend time with your family. It's time to go. Yeah, you didn't get to ride the wave all the way to the shore, but there'll be somebody young who replaces him. I'm assuming that's the minority leader. Now, Steve Scalise is not the youngest guy out there, but I believe he's the whip. I don't know who the number 2 is in the Senate, but it's going to be, he's going to negotiate it, and it's going to be a McConnell acolyte. It's not going to be a MAGA person. It's not going to be Josh Hawley, for instance.
Oh, that's good. I hope not. All right. Well, I know it looks like the Republicans are definitely keeping an eye on him. They know now that this has happened more than once with my Page of Wands. They're the Emperor, who this kind of is. So it does feel like, well, actually, no, now that I'm thinking about this does feel more like him as far as the Senate. So he's been leading, but they're still trying to figure out how to replace him. It's like an offer, the Knight of Cups. And then they want the security too of the Senate holding on to, well, they don't have it right now, but they want to get it back. They're trying to get it back, and they're looking for a way to, they're negotiating with this one. And this does not even mean this, but I'm getting the negotiations are going on. And they want to get the House back. I mean, the Senate back. They want the House too, but whatever. But they want that. And then, okay, so there's a possibility. I don't know what's wrong with me all of a sudden. I'm not feeling very well. All right. The High Priestess is in here. So they're working on, I'm sorry, I need a minute. All right, let me get this down. All right, sorry guys. I haven't been feeling well lately, and it's like something's just kind of coming up. All right, let me try this again. All right, I'm sorry. Whew. All right, so they're trying to get, because I'm mixing everything up too, and I don't know what's going on. All right, it's not normal. All right, so yeah, so they want to be able to hold on to the House, and with the Senate happening with him, they want to be able to keep that, but they're worried about him. He is not holding it together, and they're watching very closely. And with the High Priestess over here, it's like they're looking at what's wrong, what's going on with him. They are negotiating it. Everybody's a little bit worried about it. And I guess they're just working on it. I don't really have an answer for that, but it's definitely surrounding him. So it didn't really, because I think we're not completely there yet. So it's harder to find that until he moves out, for me anyway. But sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. It's like, but sometimes, all right. I actually think we are probably not going to be able to get everybody's questions today. Oh yeah, too much energy. Hi, Coyote Rosenbaum. Yeah, it is hard to read on them, I find. But it's kind of what everybody wants to do. All right. Well, I want to thank you, David, for coming on. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling right now. So I think we need to close this up. But Aurora, I think we need to go right now. But I want to thank everybody. much.
Yeah, Lori, take your dog to the vet. It'll be in his best interest.
Oh,
She's just asking. Her dog's having stomach issues. I got the Five of Swords, which means it's kind of an important thing, and I got like the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress and the Seven of Wands. So be the good mom. Take care of your baby. You'll overcome this. But it sounds like it's kind of an important thing.
I think so too. Definitely take your dog in for assistance. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. And make sure you go over to David Tarot by the Bay and, hit that like and subscribe. And please do it here. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for coming, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it. And thank you, Sheilah. I really appreciate being on your show.
Thank you. And I'm really glad that you said yes. So I'm happy here. You're really wonderful to read with. You're really great. Really, really nice guy. And
thank you.
Definitely. So, all right. Bye, everybody.
Take care, everyone.